Do you find yourself making more trips to the bathroom at night than you'd like? Perhaps you wake up feeling restless, or that nagging urge to go interferes with a full night's sleep, leaving you tired and frustrated the next morning. It's a common experience for many of us as we get a little older. And it's easy to think it's just part of aging or something you simply have to live with. But what if I told you that your nightly visits to the bathroom and how your prostate is feeling might be silently influenced by some surprisingly common habits you've adopted in your evenings, often without even realizing it? It's a painful reality for many men over 60, that constant interruption to sleep. The worry about where the nearest toilet is, the feeling that your body just isn't working as it used to. This isn't just about comfort. It impacts your energy, your mood, and your overall quality of life. The secret many don't realize is that some of these issues aren't just bad luck or an inevitable decline. They're often linked to surprisingly simple, everyday night habits. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 specific evening habits that can quietly affect your prostate health and, more importantly, what you can do about them starting tonight. These aren't drastic changes, but small, powerful shifts that can make a world of difference. So, settle in, because you'll want to watch to the very end for something truly surprising, an insight that could change everything you thought you knew about your prostate and your nighttime routine. Let's dive right into the first habit that might be keeping your prostate and you awake at night. It's something most of us do without a second thought: our fluid intake in the evening, especially plain water or sugary drinks. Now, staying hydrated is incredibly important. We all know that. But the timing of that hydration, particularly as we age, becomes a critical piece of the puzzle for prostate health. Think about it. Your body is naturally winding down for the night, preparing for rest and repair. When you consume a large amount of fluids, even just water, in the hours leading up to bedtime, you're essentially asking your bladder to work overtime when it should be relaxing. For men with an aging prostate, which might already be slightly enlarged, this extra volume puts more pressure on the bladder, signaling it to empty more frequently. It's like trying to fill a bucket that's already quite full, and doing it right before you plan to stop carrying it. You'll be sloshing over the sides and needing to empty it sooner than you'd like. The key here isn't to stop drinking water altogether, but to be mindful of when and how much you're drinking in the evening. A simple, actionable step you can take starting tonight is to front-load your hydration. Try to get most of your water intake earlier in the day, say, before dinner time. Then, in the 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to bed, gradually reduce your fluid intake. If you find yourself thirsty, take small sips rather than gulping down a large glass. Imagine sipping from a teacup instead of a tall tumbler. This subtle shift allows your body more time to process the fluids before you lie down for the night, reducing the likelihood of your bladder filling up rapidly and signaling an urgent need to go. Many people are surprised at how much difference this simple adjustment can make. It's not about deprivation, but about timing and listening to your body's natural rhythms. By easing this pressure on your bladder, you're also indirectly giving your prostate a bit of a break, allowing it to rest rather than being constantly stimulated by a full bladder. Now, let's smoothly transition to our second night habit that could be impacting your prostate: what you choose to eat and when you eat it. In the evening, we're talking about late-night unhealthy eating, particularly those heavy, processed, high-sugar, or high-fat meals. It's so easy to grab something convenient when hunger strikes late, or to indulge in a rich dessert. But these choices can set off a chain reaction in your body that directly affects your prostate. Think of it this way: when you eat a big, heavy meal, especially one loaded with unhealthy fats or refined sugars, your digestive system has to work incredibly hard to break it down. This process generates heat and can lead to systemic inflammation throughout your body. Inflammation, as many health experts are now confirming, is a key player in many chronic health issues, and prostate problems are no exception. An inflamed body creates an environment where your prostate is more likely to experience discomfort or swelling. Plus, regularly eating these kinds of foods late at night often contributes to weight gain. And we know that excess weight is a significant risk factor for prostate issues. So, What can you do? The actionable step here is to aim to eat your dinner earlier, ideally 3 to 4 hours before your planned bedtime. This gives your digestive system ample time to process the food before your body switches into rest and repair mode. And when you do eat, especially in the latter part of the day, choose lighter, whole foods. Think along the lines of a lean protein like baked fish or chicken, paired with plenty of steamed or roasted vegetables, rather than a greasy takeaway, pizza, or a heavy, creamy pasta dish. Instead of reaching for that bowl of ice cream or a sugary biscuit for a late-night snack, consider something lighter like a handful of berries, a small piece of fruit, or a few unsalted nuts. These choices are easier on your digestive system, help keep inflammation at bay, and support a healthy weight. By giving your digestive system a break and reducing inflammatory triggers, you're creating a much more peaceful internal environment for your prostate, allowing it to function better and potentially reducing those disruptive nighttime urges. It's all about supporting your body's natural flow, and that includes how and when you fuel it. Now that we've covered the important roles of late-night fluid intake and unhealthy eating, let's move on to our third habit, one that often sneaks into our evening routines: the consumption of caffeine and alcohol. These two substances, while often enjoyed for their social or comforting aspects, can be quite disruptive to your prostate and bladder as the evening progresses. You see, both caffeine, found in coffee, tea, and many soft drinks, and alcohol are diuretics. This means they increase the production of urine, which puts extra strain on your bladder and, by extension, your prostate. It's like trying to reduce your bathroom trips by drinking more of something that specifically tells your kidneys to make more urine. Alcohol, in particular, can also act as a bladder irritant, making you feel the urge to go more frequently, even if your bladder isn't completely full. Beyond that, alcohol can relax the muscles around your bladder, potentially making it harder to hold urine. And it can also disrupt your sleep cycle, which we'll touch on later as another important factor for prostate health. Caffeine, of course, is a stimulant designed to keep you awake, which is the last thing you want when you're trying to encourage a night of undisturbed rest. The actionable step here is quite straightforward. Establish a cutoff time for both caffeine and alcohol. For caffeine, a good rule of thumb is to avoid it entirely after early afternoon, say 2 or 3 p.m. This gives your body several hours to process and eliminate the stimulating effects before you try to fall asleep. If you enjoy a warm drink in the evening, switch to herbal teas, decaffeinated coffee, or simply warm water with a slice of lemon. When it comes to alcohol, the best approach for prostate health, especially in the evening, is significant moderation or even complete avoidance. If you choose to have an alcoholic drink, try to do so earlier in the evening and limit yourself to 1 small serving. Some types of alcohol, like beer or dark spirits, are often reported by men to be more irritating to the bladder than, say, a small glass of wine. Pay attention to how your body reacts. By removing these bladder irritants and diuretics from your evening routine, you're actively reducing the workload on your bladder and prostate, helping to calm down those nighttime urges and pave the way for more peaceful sleep. It's about choosing calm over stimulation as you approach bedtime. Next, we'll dive into a habit that might seem less obvious but can still have an impact: sedentary evenings and a general lack of light movement. Many of us, after a long day, settle down in the evening on the couch or at a desk, staying in one position for extended periods. While rest is important, prolonged sitting, especially for hours on end, can put consistent pressure on your pelvic floor area and potentially on your prostate itself. This sustained pressure can affect circulation to the area, which is vital for healthy prostate function. Think of your body as a complex system of pipes and pumps. When you're stationary for too long, the flow can become sluggish in certain areas. Good circulation brings nutrients and oxygen to tissues and helps remove waste products. A lack of movement can lead to stagnation, which isn't ideal for any organ, including your prostate. Furthermore, being sedentary contributes to overall stiffness and can indirectly impact sleep quality if your body isn't getting enough gentle activity throughout the day. So, how can you counteract this without needing to run a marathon every night? The actionable step is to consciously incorporate light movement into your evening routine. This doesn't mean intense exercise right before bed. which can be counterproductive to sleep. Instead, think about gentle, simple activities. For example, after dinner, instead of immediately flopping onto the couch, take a short, leisurely walk around your block or in your garden for 10 to 15 minutes. Even standing up and stretching every 30 minutes while you're watching TV or reading can make a difference. Do some gentle leg raises or arm circles. The goal is to break up long periods of sitting and encourage better blood flow to your lower body and pelvic region. Imagine pausing your favorite show during commercials and doing a few simple stretches or walking in place. These small bursts of activity can help alleviate pressure on your prostate, improve circulation to the area, and contribute to overall pelvic health and comfort. It's about creating a subtle shift from complete stillness to gentle activity, encouraging your body's natural flow. Finally, let's talk about our fifth night habit, poor sleep hygiene. This encompasses a range of behaviors, but a big one for many of us is excessive screen time before bed. Coupled with an irregular sleep schedule, it might seem unrelated to your prostate at first glance, but the quality and consistency of your sleep profoundly impact your entire body, including hormonal balance and inflammation levels, which are both crucial for prostate health. When you expose yourself to the blue light emitted from phones, tablets, computers, and even many televisions late into the evening, it suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to wind down and sleep. This makes it harder to fall asleep and reduces the quality of the sleep you do get. Irregular sleep patterns, where you go to bed and wake up at different times each day, further disrupt your body's natural circadian rhythms, throwing off your internal clock and contributing to chronic stress and inflammation. When your body is in a constant state of low-grade stress or inflammation due to poor sleep, it puts a strain on all your systems, including your prostate. The actionable steps for better sleep hygiene are about creating a calm, consistent wind-down routine. Firstly, establish a consistent sleep schedule. Try to go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time every day, even on weekends. Your body loves routine. Secondly, create a relaxing pre-sleep ritual that signals to your body it's time to quiet down. This means limiting screen time for at least an hour, or even 2, before bed. Instead of scrolling through your phone, try reading a physical book, listening to calming music, taking a warm bath, or practicing some gentle meditation or deep breathing exercises. Dim the lights in your home as evening progresses to further support natural melatonin production. Imagine swapping that bright tablet screen for the soft glow of a bedside lamp and a good old-fashioned paperback. These practices help your brain and body shift from an active, alert state to a restful one, promoting deeper, more restorative sleep. When you consistently get good quality sleep, your body has the opportunity to repair and regenerate. Inflammation levels can decrease, and your hormones can rebalance, all of which are incredibly beneficial for a healthy and comfortable prostate. It's about honoring your body's need for true rest. So, we've talked about how those evening drinks, what you put on your dinner plate late at night, the sneaky effects of caffeine and alcohol, staying too still in the evenings, and even how you wind down for bed can all be quietly influencing your prostate health. You see, the surprising truth is that how you spend your evenings, seemingly small and insignificant choices, can have a profound and often overlooked impact on one of the most common health concerns for men over 60. These aren't monumental changes we've discussed, but rather simple, mindful adjustments that can add up to a tremendous difference in your comfort, your sleep, and your overall well-being. Remember, you're not alone in facing these challenges, and the good news is that you have the power to make these shifts. It's about taking control, one evening habit at a time, and seeing the positive ripple effect it has on your life. Imagine waking up feeling truly rested, with fewer interruptions, and that general sense of ease that comes from a body that's working more harmoniously. That's the potential here. I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any of these habits affecting you? What simple changes have you found helpful in managing your prostate health or improving your nighttime comfort? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Your story could be the encouragement someone else needs to make a positive change. If this video resonated with you, if you found it helpful and enlightening, please take a moment to give it a thumbs up. Liking the video really helps us reach more people who could benefit from this important information. And for more practical, everyday tips and empowering insights to live your best life at every age. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on our future content. Taking charge of these small evening habits is a powerful step towards not just better prostate health, but a more rested, energetic, and vibrant life overall. You deserve to sleep soundly, wake up refreshed, and feel your best every single day. Embrace these simple shifts, and remember, age is just a number when you're living intentionally and taking care of yourself. Live your best life, embrace every moment, and keep thriving.